Yeah, I thought it was a really good ball game by two really good teams, and that's kind of what the postseason play is all about. That's what the SEC tournament's all about. That's what we all expect to see when we come here, and it's a tough loss. We took a lead into that last inning, and Alton's been great for us all year. You got to give them some credit. They had some great at bats, but I thought it was a really good college baseball game, and I thought our guys fought hard. I thought their guys fought hard, and at the end of the day, they got the big hit at the end.
All right, let's take questions for Tommy and Luke first, right here in the front.
Luke, how are you feeling ahead of your start against LSU last month? And can you take us through the process of how the decision that you weren't going to pitch that day was made?
I thought I was going to start the whole day, and then I had a couple back issues, and I just didn't feel good enough to start that day.
All right, Dex in the second row on the left.
Yeah, guys, I'm sure that was one of the craziest games you've ever played in. How do you kind of flush this out of your system and kind of get ready for like a 1 o'clock, I think, start tomorrow after a long game like this and an emotional loss like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just got to flush it, take what you can from it, learn from it, and then just hydrate, get sleep, and get ready to go tomorrow.
Next question for the student athletes. Again, right here in the front row.
Yeah, just how do you guys go from that? Can you just take us from the high of your double, and then when you watch that ball sail out, can you just take us from the highest of highs and maybe to the lowest of lows there?
Yeah, baseball's a game of winning moments, and we won the moment in the top of the ninth, and then they got us back in the bottom, and so it's really just a matter of staying even keel as you can throughout those moments that will just help you win those moments in the future.
All right, in the back left.
Tommy, when that ball's going over your head in center, just at what point do you know it's a home run, and what is that feeling like? And then, answer that one first. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a good feeling when you lose a game, especially on a walk-off home run. And so I guess as an outfielder, you just see the ball off the bat, and then it just keeps going, and then it's a home run. So basically, when it got out is when I realized that it was a home run.
And then just on your double too, that looked like maybe a misjudgment. Did you know that was going to get past him at first, or take me through that moment as well?
Yeah, you never know, especially at the Met. It's a huge park, it plays big, so you really just never know how a ball's going to land, and so you just run hard out of the box and hope it gets down.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, one more in the front.
Luke, you settled in well after the first inning, your first start of this tournament in the postseason. Talk us through how you felt as you went on throughout the game.
I think I settled in, as the game went on, but rough start, hung a slider to Rivera, and learned from that 3-2. I shouldn't just throw one in there for him to hit. So I learned from it, and then throughout the game, it just pitch by pitch got better.
Okay. Tommy, Luke, we'll excuse you now. Thank you very much for your time. Any questions from Coach? It's on the second row on the left.
Yeah, similar thing I asked Tommy. You scored those 3 runs in the 11th, and you're feeling great, and it looks like you're about to take down the top seed in a long game, and Moza does that, and then in the blink of an eye, it seems like now you're in the loser's bracket. Kind of like I asked him, how do you what was the impossible message of going in there and saying, hey, we got to play tomorrow and kind of keep this thing going the rest of the week?
Basically what I told him was, hey, man, this hurts, right? And it's supposed to hurt, right? You invest that much into the game, and it was an emotional game, and again, it was a very well-played game. But this is supposed to hurt, right? That's a kick in the gut, and so it's okay to be pissed. You should be pissed. But we're going to go home, and we'll go back to the hotel, and we're going to eat, and we're going to be pissed off for a little while, and that's okay. But when we wake up tomorrow, that score resets to 0-0, and we got to bring it to the ballpark. We got to be ready to go. We got to be ready to bring it when we get here tomorrow.
Go to the back right first.
Coach, going into tomorrow could be, what is the double elimination strategy compared to if you guys won that game with pitching, especially in extra innings? What are you guys going into tomorrow, like everything you have?
Yeah, we've still got, several guys that haven't thrown yet, so we'll kind of take inventory of who's available and who's not and who feels good tonight, tomorrow when we get here. And, Alton won't be available tomorrow. I would say he's not going to pitch tomorrow. But other than that, I think we should have, plenty of guys ready to go, and we just go one game at a time.
All right, in the back left first.
How much mental fortitude did it take from Moza, and how proud of you are for him for kind of getting through out of that jam after making that error? A lot of players melt at that moment. Just what did you see from him?
He's gotten better and better every week. He missed the first part of the year, kind of rehabbing from an injury, and Since he's been back, he's gotten better and better each time out. And, you know, I think the more you go out there, the more you learn to handle those situations. And you kind of, you know, he's kind of been there, done that now. And, but been really happy with his development and progress over the last, you know, 3 or 4 weeks. And he's become a guy that we really count on, you know, along with some of those other guys out of the pen. So big outing from him tonight for sure.
The second row right here.
Yeah, is the plan for Garrett to go tomorrow on the mound to start the game?
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Okay, any more? One more here on the left.
Coach, what goes into the decision to leave Moza in to start the bottom of the 11th instead of going into Alton to start the inning?
Yeah, you know, we talked about it, and even if it was a 1-run lead, we were going to leave him in to face Langford. Langford's got pretty big splits. You know, he's done well against lefties. AD threw 25 pitches the night before, so we wanted to keep his outing as short as we possibly could. So we were trying to, try to steal an out right there. Not really stealing out. We thought it was the best matchup. And so that was the plan all along, whether it was a 1-run lead or a 3-run lead, we were going to let him have Langford and then go to AD after that. So.
All right, well, in the back right.
I know it's fresh, but what's the prep for the rest of the night? Are you guys going to try to watch, see who loses? Or Auburn, obviously, that would be a big one tomorrow. Do you guys care? Or what are you guys looking at the rest of the night?
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to figure out who you're going against, right? So you can kind of do some prep work and some scouting report. And, we played everybody during the year, so you have, some good reports. But, yeah, you want to know who you're playing and who they might pitch and who they have available. So I'm sure we'll stay up and watch this game. But get back to the hotel and get something to eat and, get cleaned up. And then, we'll probably watch that game. So we're ready to go tomorrow.
In the front row.
Yeah, for most of the week, the 2 biggest crowds were Alabama and Auburn fans here. What would tomorrow, obviously there's been big Iron Bowls of baseball, but tomorrow in this, at the stadium for elimination, what would tomorrow kind of mean for that rivalry?
Man, I think it would be packed here, wouldn't it? I mean, I think that's exactly what the Hoover Met would love to have, But shoot, they got a game tonight against Vanderbilt, and that's a great team, and Auburn's playing really well. So, we'll see how it plays out. But, whoever we're playing, we'll be ready to go.
Take about 2 more, one in the back right.
Jason, in a tournament like this, I mean, it's hard to kind of look ahead, but obviously there's such a grind in this tournament with, one, the talent that you're seeing day in and day out, and then these times and the slots of games, and obviously going on a long day so early in the tournament. How do you prepare for what's ahead as well when obviously the next step is looking at the NCAA tournament, but also trying to make your way through here at the Met this week?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just try to be smart about it, and, we try to go one game at a time right now, and we've got our pitching kind of lined up the way it's been, so we've got, the next couple of days, if we can get through there, then we'll see who's available after that. But we should be good the next 2 days, and, we'll take it from there. But yeah, it is tough. I mean, every single day you come to the park, you're playing somebody that's probably ranked in the top 10 every time you come to the ballpark each day, so. But that's what this tournament's all about, that's why it's so great.